West is 28, and the East is 24. Wasn't the East just leading by like 7? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2014 Rio Grande Valley Basketball Coaches Association All-Star Game, Sub 5A. We apologize for the delay. We had some problems with the software streaming it, but we're here live on 956sports.com. Streaming the game live, courtesy of Payne Auto Group, McDonald's, and South Texas College. Alex Peña here on hand as the three-pointer goes in on behalf of East. 26-28 now, the lead for the East. Alongside Donna girls basketball coach Kevin Cromer. Picked this game up in the second quarter, 4:05 left in the first half. And the West cupping up with it. Justin Rangel from Rio Grande City serves up an assist, or almost, to Zavala. On the East, there's two players from La Feria, one from Port Isabel, one from Brownsville St. Joseph's, 4 of Mercedes, 4 from Santa Maria. Rio Hondo has 2 players, as well as Lyford, La Villa with 3, and then San Perlita and Santa Rosa with 1 each. On the West side, 3 players from Rio Grande City, Omar Contreras, Aaron Diaz, and Justin Rangel. 1 from Hidalgo, Matt Dillard, Gruya, Rigoberto Resendes. And here's Garcia from the East with a shot miss, picked up by the West. Leal, nice curving jump shot. Clean release, missed, however. And Resendes keeps it alive. Contreras scoops it up. And now a three-pointer coming in, also missed. And the East recovers this one with 3:25 left in the second quarter. Serna will shoot it from 3. He'll get it to go. The East now reclaims the lead, 29-28. Capello. Giancarlo Capello. And that name carries a lot of weight in the Ed Couch Elsa community. A lot of family members with that last name playing volleyball and all sorts of sports. Katrina Capello gave the East a three-pointer late in the game that allowed them to push the game to overtime, and then finally the East prevailed 46-45 in the girls sub 5A game, which we also had live here on 956sports.com. If you're just joining us, we had a problem with the stream, and we got that eliminated and fixed. And we have this game streamed live on 956sports.com. Alex Peña here with Donna girls basketball coach Kevin Cromer. And coach, really a different game. Of course, the boys have a lot of more athleticism and speed, but in comparison to the girls' game, we've seen a lot of more fast-paced motion.
Well, a lot more offense, one-on-one type of play. Guys are a little more offensive-minded than girls, and sometimes that's good and bad, depending upon your philosophy as a coach. But they're more likely to take advantage of the ball in their hands than the girls do. Girls are a little less likely to think that they have to score, whereas boys, they live for the shot. So.
And here's Serna behind the back pass. Wes, however, scoops it up, and the behind the back shot went over the rim, and the West is gonna go to the free throw line and shoot 2 with 1:42 remaining in the first half. That's Kevin Andrade from Roma, number 40. Gets the first one to go. Looking at the roster, well, aside from the fact that they're not in numerical order, and that really makes it difficult to identify which player is who, so thank you very much for that. You see that Rio Grande City, on behalf of the West, Rio Grande City, Ed Couch, Elsa, well represented with 3 players each. Another steal, Andrade comes up with it. Nice little assist there for the easy bucket, Leal. Willie Leal out of Ed Couch Elsa, number 2. So the game now tied up at 41. Ovalle just wants to get it out however he can. West comes up with it. 30-second timeout is called. Full timeout for the East. Matt Aleman to inbound it. 4 players from Santa Maria. He's one of them. East connecting long passes. And the East gives it back to the West. Leal. And Ovalle came up with a clean steal there off the hands of Leal. Ovalle. Serna wants it in the paint. They give it out to the red shoot big man. Robert Serna of La Villa, the only Cardinal player on the roster. And another timeout is called with 58.8 seconds left in the first half. They were explaining to the coaches just how many timeouts they have and how they can use them. Have you ever coached in one of these games, Coach?
Yes, my first year at Donna, I was selected to coach the West All-Stars. Very, very good honor. Enjoyed it a lot.
Now, I was going to ask you, the players obviously feel some kind of gratification playing in these games, but for a coach, what does it do, mentally wise? Does it validate the season in a way to know that you were selected to coach these players?
Well, I mean, it's a selection by your peers, which is a tremendous honor because we all respect each other as coaches and the competitive nature that we have, and so this kind of puts an exclamation mark on your season as a coach, kind of the icing on the cake. It's a great honor career-wise to be able to say you were an all-star coach. I don't know any head coach that wouldn't want to be a part of this at some point in their career.
Final 30 seconds of the first half. Leal, quick pass. West swinging the ball. Nice block there by Serna. And then Diller turns around in the paint and gets it to go. The West leads by 2. Clock ticking down. East passing up a 3-pointer. A running jumper. Missed off the rim. Second time shot. Herrera just lobs it up and gets it in. Not the cleanest of releases, but he gives the East a 34-33 lead as we finish the first half. The 2014 Rio Grande Valley Basketball Coaches Association All-Star Game. Stream live on 956sports.com. Halftime, 34-33 the East over the West. We'll take a break and we'll see you for the second half.
Get rid of it, man. You guys shoot that way, I don't know. The boys, the first time they make a shot, however form they use, that's pretty much it for them. correct that for him. You win something?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
300.
300 scholarship? What are you gonna do with it? Go to Vegas?
Now, going for college.
Where are you going to school? Where are you gonna go to college? A&M?
Did I need to take her?
Huh?
Did I need to bring her?
Announcing before.
Like 13 Valley, 13 Valley. No,
Stop
I
it!
told me to bring.
They're giving like MVPs already for
I didn't know. It's just like where they're gonna
Look,
send the money
I
back.
asked the coach right here what you need to do, okay? He's kind of in charge of all this stuff.
Are you sure that one? Yes. Are you sure? Because this is embarrassing about me. I think you did.
It's not
Yeah,
April
but they
1st,
put
so
your
you're
name
good.
as Caleb,
Caleb.
like Calid, instead of Kayla.
I'm not in charge of spelling.
Scholarships are giving away.
Yeah, I'll get like 6 or 7 $300 scholarships and 2 $500 scholarships.
And it has to be for college, right?
Yes, yeah. It's not just, they don't just hand out cash.
Can't go to the slots in La Feria.
No. Can't go to Kickapoo. Yeah. I live over in La Feria, man. It's like they shut them down about 6 months later. Start popping up.
They shut them down?
They shut them down, and then like 3 or 4 months later, they start popping back up, you know, and then they'll be up for about 6 months, and then they'll shut them down. I guess once the
We're trying to find
local officials make enough money off of it.
We're trying to find out where the location was, or nobody could ever find out.
Bass Boulevard exit, man. It's like little Las Vegas over there. Like Atlantic City.
We drove looking around, we called, and
There's two or three that pop back up. One of them says prizes only, cantina. But you can tell who's giving money away because they got the most cards.
they disguised it.
They start off not giving money, and then eventually, when you start seeing the crowd, they're giving money. And that's usually a couple months later they shut them down. But man, there was like 10 of them over there, right around Bass Boulevard exit. Drive through, bright lights, going, spotlights, everybody barbecuing. I was like, man, this is like Sin City, man.
And there's none over here closer to Stark County or something?
No, they do a good job of keeping them out of it.
I forgot my paper I was supposed to bring. What? I forgot my paper.
Well, you just have to give it to me then.
I have to give it to you?
The money.
Oh.
You're going to get it, don't worry.
Okay.
I think so.
I forgot my
I
paper.
look like I'm not. My wife asked me that every 5 minutes. Because,
We know where you're going.
when you have to report to Pan Am.
What?
When you have to report to Pan Am.
I have to take summer classes in July because that's when off season starts. So, yeah.
You're in it now. It's going to be like a full-time job. It's all right, though. You'll enjoy it. It'll be the hardest thing you've ever done. But just stick it out, it'll be the most rewarding thing.
I just hope like my academics will like stay up high.
It will. It'll be fine. It's
coach the other games? Or
No, she just.
do you have any girls on your on the team?
I've got Lexi and Crystal Giannis. I'm not catching the ball right there. Number 22 and 22.
Do you know Jesse? How do you say Jesse's name? Sheridan?
Yes.
They have a piece of catcher girls too?
Okay, can you, no, that's not a girl.
Oh, wait, what? How do you spell it?
Can you tell Tim how to say it? Because I'm going to screw it all up. In the middle. That's the only one he doesn't know how to say.
I think it's just pistol catcher.
Okay,
Pistol catcher.
Pistol
Pistocacci.
If you get it close, nobody's going to care.
It's pistocacci, not pistocacci. It's pisto. I said I would say pistocacci, but it's pistocacci.
Pistacacci.
Pistocacci.
That's like a Native American.
Shut up. We were completely out of one.
I got him at HEB.
That's Vern Lundquist right there. That's
He's what?
Vern Lundquist. CBS Sports.
I've been talking to the Storm about you, man. Telling stories.
Mother Dirt. Are you commentating? Or?
They asked me to.
He's doing play-by-play. Are you really?
Get online, check it out. You got a smartphone, dude. Stream it.
Is it online? Is it live
Yeah.
now?
We only got to half point of the second quarter because we were having trouble with the connection, but should be live now. Yeah. You can commentate, find it better than me.
I'm just a color guy.
Hey, Mark went to the Final Four. His wife bought him the package. He went to the tailgate. He said he shook Dwight Howard's hand up there. Went down into the Florida crowd.
He likes to rub elbows with anybody.
He was like 30 feet from Charles Barkley and what is it, Kenny Hill, the commentator.
King Smith,
Smith.
Barkley, Smith.
He had pictures.
Hey, that was a good game last night. You see Kentucky. I was hoping Wisconsin would pull that out. A game of 5 feet. That's all that guy needed, man. Drain that in there. Hey, I'm proud of you for combing your
Is this
hair.
a good crowd or what, dude?
I'm proud of you for combing your hair. Actually.
And Sylvia was like, leave it like that. You look like Christian. No, I like it. I like it better. Leave it.
Put a little red paint in there.
All it did is the brush went to the right instead of straight. I had nothing. Kids tell me, you look like the guy from The Voice. The dude with the tattoos, but he brushes his hair clean. What's his name? Adam Levine. Yeah.
What's that crap?
Levine. Yeah, well, I'm not gunning for that owner.
I watch Fox News, ESPN, and Military Channel. DIY Network.
I bought $500 worth of things. That evaporated. The line was out the door.
I brought
He put $20 bills for
brought about 300
$2.
ones.
I was like, you understand? I tried my best.
You said no. Last time I had to go to Waterburger 10 times.
I knew that the gate would need a lot of ones, so I brought a lot of ones. I didn't know they were selling shirts for $12. I didn't know the program was $4. I didn't know that. So those, I should have bought $500.
That's because you left the meeting early.
was listening to it on the way here.
Seriously?
Welcome back here on 956sports.com. It's the 2014 Rio Grande Valley Basketball Coaches Association All-Star Game. That's a long title for a basketball game, but the East is leading the West 34-33. Here in Westlake High, Alex Peña with Donna Bravet's basketball coach, Kevin Cromer. Lengthy halftime. They were issuing scholarships among the recipients. Laura Van Tilburg, who received the loudest ovation, of course, the hometown girl. And it's not just athletes on the court. These girls have some brains. I know Laura was, I think, 3rd or 4th in her class.
Yeah, very, very smart. Very smart kids. I mean, you have to be a student first. And that's what a lot of kids don't understand is it's student athlete. Student comes before athlete. That's what we tell them. You know, if you don't take care of the grades, you don't get to play. So a lot of the better students in school are your athletes.
Perez inside Frias. First 2 points of the second half go in. It's a tied ball game at 35. Turnover by the blue team. West comes out with this. Frias again. Salazar now. Perez. And diving shot now kicked out. Salazar with the miss. It's still West ball on the corner. Salazar once more. East with that zone defense. Chavez. .651 in this second half, third quarter. And Estevan Diaz with the deflection on the ball. Aleman with the inbounds. One of the 4 players from Santa Maria, so the East will represent it with the Cougars. East lost it, going the other way is the West. Diaz with the toss to the outside. Salazar, shot missed. And Michael Ovalle nearly came up with the rebound. Aleman put it up there. But the West sending Aleman to the free throw line with the game tied at 35. And the house now beginning to fill up. Good crowd, I have to say.
Yeah, excellent.
Picked up since the girls sub 5A basketball game. Even that game took a little bit of while to get going, but now the boys, the first couple of minutes, went back at it. And both free throws were missed. 35 tie game. Bettis going around. Nice knifing pass. But it's blocked by Esteban. Aleman will try from there. In and out. So the East couldn't capitalize on the block by the Brownsville St. Joseph's player. Salazar will go shoot 2. Sean Salazar, one of the 3 Ed Couch Elsa players, the others being Willie Leal, number 2, and Giancarlo Capello. The coach for the West, Gus Sanchez out of Hidalgo. Albert Briones will take care of Santa Maria. For the head coaching duties on the East, Chavez goes baseline. Nice floating jumper. Up and in. Back tied at 37 all. 5:26 left, third quarter. East quickly steals it. Still loser. Chavez now with a kick out. And the East reclaims the lead. Osuna flexing his muscles. Any chance you get to showcase something, it's all good and fun. Osuna with a kick out. And now Flores, shot missed. Manuel Lopez
usually in these games, it's one pass and a shot. So when you get your hands on the ball, you gotta maybe the only time you gotta take it, you get a chance to score. You gotta take advantage of it when you get it.
Leal the shot, missed. Salazar almost grabbed the rebound. An easy put it, I should say, almost Frias would have been. And now he'll try for the second time. This one, the high floating jumper, nothing but net. We're tied at 39 again. Air ball on this one, Losuna all hustle, but he stepped out of bounds. They told me before the game that the players don't get to keep these jerseys. It's on a rotation basis, but with the names ironed on the back, I'm not sure how they're going to be able to put him back in the.
They do get to keep them. They pay a fee to get into the game so that they can keep the jerseys. I think in the past they were not allowed to keep them, but since they pay a small fee to play, they can keep the uniform.
And it's a really well organized tournament. All the coaches having their own apparel, the players also. And the entry for the fans also very accessible. It was about $3, $4 for the fans to get in here. And you see there on the panning shot just how filled this stadium, this field, how this here in Weslaco. And it's got to be one of the nicer basketball courts in South Texas.
Excellent facility. This is probably the biggest crowd since I've been here, a part of this that we've had. This gym will hold a lot of people, so this is a good location. Mid Valley, easy access for everyone to come watch the game.
Still waiting for our broadcast gear, for our shirt or jacket or some kind of commemorative shirt. If someone's out there listening, those black shirts would look really nice. Really nice. 41-39 the score after that timeout by the East. And the West will pull it out. Another change of player rotation. Contreras kicking it out. Shot missed by Jimenez. And Contreras steals it once more. And he'll go shoot two. And really Weslaco ISD above head and shoulders in the rest of the school districts in terms of facilities, in terms of competition. Both high schools, great facilities for all sports. And now you're seeing more and more teams and school districts trying to catch up. You got Rio Grande City building what they thought was the biggest scoreboard in the United States. And just more school districts are upgrading their facilities to accommodate the needs of especially sports like football, but basketball not lacking anything here. Second to none in the Rio Grande Valley in Weslaco. Score still tied at 41, 3:29 in this third quarter. The 2014 Rio Grande Valley Basketball Coaches Association All-Star Game.
Weslaco's always taken a lot of pride in their athletic programs, and it shows with the way they keep their facilities up and update them. It's a beautiful floor. They do a very good job promoting all the sports here.
So the free throws go in, and if you've ever been at Bobby Lackey Stadium, the way it was before and the way it is now, oh my goodness, that's the best place to go broadcast the game. That one and PSJISD, the two best stadiums, I believe, in the Rio Grande Valley. As the shot by Jimenez goes in, 45-41, the East extends its lead to 4. Contreras wanted it on the outside, little push from behind, and the West gives it right back. Serna gets it to fall, but they called a travel call. How difficult is it, Coach, when we haven't been playing basketball for about a month and a half, and these little travel and double dribble calls and carry? How hard is it to kind of get them out of your system?
Well, it takes you have to get back in the rhythm of the game. For these guys, just they need to play every day, but if they haven't, then it's going to be tough. Your timing is off. You know what you're supposed to do, but your body hasn't been practicing it. So, the longer they play out there, the better the game is going to go as they get warmed up and get their legs under. Conditioning is going to play a role in the shooting, but the fourth quarter. It just depends on the player and how well they can adjust to this, to the game. And the speed is going to be better in this game than most games they played because these are all better athletes.
West trims the lead down to 4. East, though, can't keep pushing. Hernandez outside cutting in now. Almost got his own board. West pulls it down. 1:32 left. Here in Weslaco. Nice, wide open. Jacob Jimenez from La Sara. And now we know where La Sara is. You go up to Raymondville, you head west, and it's not hard to miss. Leal.
Apparently they play basketball there. So.
Yeah, they have a couple of all-star selections. Jacob Jimenez and Jaime Garcia, 1 and 2 on their jersey numbers. And you had a couple of girls from La Sara also. So the guys and girls, they can ball. Those little schools, don't be fooled, they can ball.
Right.
And when you look at the West roster, a lot of them are in Star, Hidalgo County. You look at Ed Couch, La Grulla, Rio Grande City. And then La Sara, it kind of falls in the little abyss between the divisory line where he separates East and West, Donna and Weslaco. So they got selected to go to the West, and they are representing La Sara very well. Game tied at 45, just under a minute left. Villegas with a nice little fancy dribble, got stripped. Rosillo picks it up. East challenging every single possession. And the clock's still ticking. Now they stop it. They want to preserve every last second in this all-star game. Last game these kids will be playing unless they get signed to some kind of late college deal. And you have scouts online watching this broadcast. Maybe some scout here also checking a player that might have slipped past their coverage, if you will. And look at players like Serna, good sizer for East, number 3. Hernandez, the other number 3. A lot of players wearing the same number. And now Hernandez wrestling with Rosillo. Timeout called by the East. Hernandez going against Rosillo. It may be just an all-star game. Maybe won't count towards much, but they're giving their all, Coach.
It counts. It counts to each kid here, that's for sure. And the coaches are also very competitive. They're not doing this just for fun. They're trying to win too. So.
Well, I mean, it doesn't count like in district or playoffs or something like that, or seeding for next year. But there's the last time these kids are going to be here facing being members of a team where they were once in a district. You look at now the district realignment for next year. I know Donna's going to be in a whole new district with a split. Now, what does the breakup of Donna now do for the community now that you have Donna North, the Lady Chiefs, and the Bravettes and stuff like that?
Right now, it still seems fairly unified. Everybody kind of pulls for each other. We weren't in the same league this year. We will be in the same district next year. So, there'll be a little more division, I think, of loyalties. But you know, we this year everybody pulled for each other, and you know, pretty cooperative between the two schools. You know, they'll tell you in Donna, it's all Donna kids, so we all support each other. Be some good friendly competition next year when we face them in district.
And now I believe in 5A, it's San Benito and Los Fresnos, the only 5A schools that have not split.
Right.
It was Sharyland and Donna in that group. Now they're both going to be in the 31 5A?
I think so.
31 5A. Third quarter ends. East missing a shot. But the West holding on to a 46-45 lead here in Westaco. Quick little break. I'm not even sure that was a minute for the break. They got 2 more games, and a stuff comes here again. Dillard. After this game, they got the 5A portion of the girls and boys competition. The girls will go up first, and then the boys. And I know your brother, Chris, he's going to be coaching or playing part of assistant coach there for the West, I believe.
Right. For the East.
For the East.
Yes.
Garcia gets the second free throw to go in. West leads at 48-45. East getting difficulty getting anything going. Fancy passing there by the West. Andrade from Roma. Kevin Andrade has Jose Perez and Reyes Flores III as his teammates. Andrade, how can you miss him? When a kid can pass the ball behind his back with one hand, you'd figure to put at least a body on him. And this is the West's biggest lead of the game, 45-50 now. Garcia on the fast break. He'll throw it up and in. 52-45 now. It's a 7-0 run for the West. And the East takes a timeout to stop the bleeding just a bit. Smart timeout when you have difficulty just trying to cross the ball half court.
Yeah, you just call a timeout to settle them down a little bit, explain what's happening to them, and give them a breather and let them get their mind straightened out again so they can break the press. Good pressure by the West team. Pick it up and pull away a little bit here.
Now it's kind of a similar situation as the girls. The West was leading 32-42 late in the sub 5A girls game. And now the boys finding a little bit of wiggle room, up by 7. And Chris Anderson was about to check in for the West. He's one of the defensive specialists for Coach Gus Sanchez. He knows him very well, coached him for a few years. Nieto got the pass stolen. Nice little long-range pass. West now Benign Canales with the shot again. And Nieto dribbling baseline. Got the ball poked away from him. 6:48 left in the fourth quarter. Shot missed. Dillard with the rebound. Dillard about 6'5". Plays tight end or offensive tackle, I believe, for the Pirates football team. Andrade from Roma. The Gladiator with the pump fake. Trying to get his man out of the way. Dillard with the screen. Goes right. Andrade. Shot missed. Dillard kicks it out. Three-pointer coming. Nowhere near the rim. And Canales playing it back. Villegas with the pressure. Fuentes lost it again. East giving fast break opportunities for the West, and Villegas takes advantage of it. 45 to 56. 11-0 run for the West, and the floodgates are opening. Andrade passing up a three, and I think they missed the whistle there.
Looks like he did a little up and down.
Capello kicks it out. Dillard, easy bucket for him. 58-45 now. Garcia. And it's a 14-0 run to open up this fourth quarter. And Esteve about to check in for the East.
Too many turnovers by the East. They're not getting any shot attempts.
Yeah, you're not seeing that full court press, that pressure defense that the East was exerting late in the second half that allowed them to take a 1-point halftime lead. And now the West has blown things open, 60-45. 14 unanswered points. They were leading 46-45 at the end of three. And there's visible difficulty just getting the ball into the hands of your teammate. And there you have it, another turnover, fast break, Garcia. Easy layup, 62-45 with 4:51 left in the fourth. And the East coach, Albert Briones, just looking on as his team commits turnover after turnover. At least this time they got the shot off missed. Nieto ends the bleeding just a bit with a long two. It is now 62-47. And we are updating the graphic score as fast as we can. We're taking stats, calling the game, and updating the graphics.
Well, this just shows you how talented these guys are, how quickly they can put points on the board when they get the opportunities, especially with the defense.
And these are the best of the best in the Rio Grande Valley. The best from each team, well represented. Here's a very good one. Matt Dillard, again denied by Capello, I believe.
Yeah, the East is doing a good job of containing him. They're double teaming every time he gets the ball, so he's having a hard time getting loose.
And he's visibly frustrated the way he's coming out. Dillard out. He has a height advantage of about 4 or 5 inches, but still those 5'11", 5'10" guys still getting good, clean blocks on him.
Right. Well, they're not allowing him to make a move. They're cutting him off before he can get to the basket.
And his teammate Chris Anderson checks in for the West. The Pirates got to the Sweet 16. Esteve, Brownsville St. Joseph's product, putting up a three, cutting the deficit to 12 points with 3:31 left in the fourth quarter. The 2014 RGV Basketball Coaches Association All-Star Game. Broadcast live on 956sports.com, presented by Payne Auto Group, McDonald's, and South Texas College. Esteve, he's got the hot hand, turns around with the dish outside. Nieto, missed. West comes down with it. Driving the layup in the paint and gets it to go. And it seems like now either it's, like you said, Coach, the one pass in the shot, or they just dribble it themselves and take it in for the layup. Nieto. And he lost it himself, I believe.
Yeah, he did.
Chavez checks into the game for the East. Steven Chavez from Mercedes. Chris Anderson, defensive specialist, but he's got mad hops there. I thought he was about to dunk it. Some of these kids have tremendous jumping abilities. It's a 3-on-2. And it's made by the Rio Grande City product, Justin Rangel.
Well, that's what makes the offensive end so difficult is the defense. Defense is easy to teach, and it's easy to play if you hustle. So it makes the offense a little tougher to put points on the board.
Zavala puts it up, hits the top of the backboard, not even close. Esteve with a corner pass to Frias. Esteve gets it back, wide open, long range three, and this time hits the far side of the rim. 16-point game with a minute and a half left. Rangel will try from there. Castillo with the board. 16-point lead for the East. Before the West, excuse me. Esteve, the one-man show. Quick pass to Castillo. Castillo going to the line for the East. Adrian Castillo out of Lyford. Teammate of Raul Herrera. Misses the second one. Justin Rangel comes up with the rebound for the West. And now Chris Anderson with the ball management. The Hidalgo player. And Castillo with the wrap up. (66-51) the score here in Weslaco High. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have the boys and girls 5A All-Star game coming up next. This is going to be a 5-hour deal. We've been here since 2 o'clock. The KOS crew will have that call for you here on 956sports.com. 52 seconds left in the high school career of these kids. Some will play college, so there's bound to be some scouts here, someone that knows someone that can pass the word. Like you said, Coach, a lot of it goes with the coach and the players going out and putting their names out there. A lot of the scouts can't come to the Rio Grande Valley. It's not cost efficient.
Well, they'll talk to everybody, high school coaches, select team coaches. They don't leave any stones unturned when they're looking into recruiting a player. So there's a network there that helps these kids get some recognition.
Lexa going anywhere?
She's trying to. She's UT Dallas is interested in her. So they're waiting on some game film, and then they'll evaluate her. But
if UT Dallas is listening, she's going to be playing in about 15 minutes. And Coach Cromer will turn from broadcaster to full-on cheerleader.
right.
How much favoritism is there when the coaches select which players go to these all-star games?
We're all here for the kids, so we try to be as fair as possible. Yeah, we all want to see our kids play, but when it comes down to it, we're going to pick the kids that deserve it. It's not personal decisions. It's not who we like or don't like. It's people say there's politics involved, and that might be true a little bit. But from my standpoint, if you're a good player and you've shown it throughout the season, then I'm gonna, if I'm on the committee, I'm gonna select you. And a lot of times there's kids that are kind of on the fence, and we have to make a decision, and maybe they don't make it, but it's all done with the kids' best interests at heart, and being as fair as we can be with it.
And unlike the other All-Star game, the coaches are the ones that select the players, like you said, Coach. A lot of the people here in the meet in the Rio Grande Valley, I know I can speak for my case. If I could, I'd cut myself in different pieces and distribute myself to many games. So you can only go maybe to 1 or 2 games a day. That's maybe 4 games a week. So you really don't get a chance to watch, especially these kids in the sub-5A level.
Right.
Not many chance to go see live for La Sara, which we do now know where La Sara is.
Right.
The highway.
Found it, yes.
We found it on Google Maps. So we don't get to see a lot of La Sara live for Raymondville, Santa Maria, Santa Rosa, but we really depend on the coaches, like you said. You guys are the ones that play against these other teams in your district, in tournaments, in scrimmages. So now it's good that these kids get represented well. And looking down the roster, it's not just players from one single school. You're well represented. The West, Rio Grande City, Hidalgo, Grulla, San Isidro, La Sara. On the East, La Feria, Port Isabel, St. Joseph's, Mercedes, Santa Maria, Lyford.
Yeah.
You got all the Santa Perlita, Santa Rosa. As the clock ticks down, the East cutting it down to an 8-point deficit. The shot from 3 with 9 seconds left off the mark. Zavala with the rebound. And the West will just try to get one more bucket. 3-pointer. Good. And the West will take the sub-5A boys All-Star game with a score 69-58. So we stand right now at 1-1. East takes the girls game, and the boys take the sub-5A game. And stay tuned. We'll have the announcements here for the MVP and all that stuff, and then we'll have the 5A girls and boys competition. Final score, the West takes it 69-58.